Hello and welcome. It's Bev Roberts here. And today I'm doing a member spotlight from one of the beautiful members in the List Growth Club. Welcome to you, Julie.
Thank you so much, Bev. It's great to be here.
Awesome. So what we want to do is to share Julie's experience, but more we want to focus on the amazing freebies she's created while being part of the List Growth Club. But before we kick that off, Julie, tell us more about yourself and your business.
Okay, so my business is Brandiwork, and so I help women in business, particularly those who are they've been in business for a short while, so they're in the growth stage of their business, and to help them with their branding. Principally, I do help them with all the presentation because it's really important that people connect with the right audience, and that way you can do your best work because if you're working with the right clients, and the other part about branding, which I absolutely love, is that it actually turns away the wrong people as well. So you don't waste time and you don't waste their time either. So that's a win-win as well.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, because we're not for everybody, right? So we
No.
need to know exactly who we are for and invite them into our worlds. So
Yeah.
Julie, what made you decide to join the List Growth Club?
Well, it's pretty much like my list has been stagnant and actually probably going backwards a little bit for a long time because I haven't had any freebies for a while, and so every time I send out a newsletter, there's always a few that drop off every time you send one. So in actual fact, it wasn't a good situation, and I haven't been consistent in sending my newsletters out either. So all of that together, I just thought, I know Bev, I know she's brilliant at what she does. So I think it was like a no-brainer for me.
Awesome. And so what is it that you want from this membership? What are you looking for?
Oh, really, from the membership is just to it's like anything that we can kind of find out all this information ourselves, but it will take us a really long time to gather it all and experimentation. And it's just so much easier just to jump into a group. And Bev, I must say you've asked some really great prompting questions with the workbooks and stuff. So it's just it's much quicker and easier to just get that information together and go forth and actually, and having that accountability within the group too, I must say, is great because it kind of forces you to do stuff that you would otherwise procrastinate on.
Oh, so true. I mean,
Mm.
it's great for my own accountability because I'm
Fantastic.
showing up every week with you and when
Yeah.
we co-work, I'm doing the co-working with you,
Yeah.
those kind of things there. And what would you say your experience has been so far?
Oh, it's been brilliant. Like I have added lots of people to my list, even just with this, because I was already in the middle of putting together a freebie anyway. So jumping into your group at that time just made me refine a few things. But and so I ended up with several more people on my list, and can't remember what else I was going to say.
Yeah, and I think it also gave, I can remember in some of the sort of Q&As and the co-working, it gave you pause for thought about what you were going to do, and you maybe sort of tweaked some things and
Yeah,
recalibrate
absolutely.
positioning things.
Yeah, and just hold back on some things. And the thing is, um, I'm I'm the teacher type, and I want to give people all the information, and it's really hard to hold back sometimes when I've got so much to share that to try and having people say, "Oh, it would be better." Just within a group, that group feedback, like saying, "Oh, I don't think that relates," or what have you thought about this, and this is how I would phrase that, because they're actually my clients, they're my ideal clients. So having them tell me how they would phrase something is such useful information. It's gold.
Yeah, I found that too, just being able to, and I found the group really collaborative and
Mm. Oh,
willing
it's a
to
lovely group,
openly share,
lovely people. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm.
so that's been
Yeah.
awesome too. So let's talk about your freebie, Julie. I'm so excited that you've actually made one, but you're actually turning it into an evergreen freebie. So what is it? Tell me about it.
Okay, so yes, it was a webinar that I delivered a few weeks back called How to Craft a Stronger Brand for a Better Bottom Line. And it's about, it's for women who are, have been in business for that short while and they're in their growth phase. And, they've might have had a VA helping them put up some branded stuff, or they've, they might have done a lot of the stuff themselves with their website. And over the last year or two, they've collected a whole bunch of branded stuff, whether it's their website or their social media or all the things that, their email templates, all of that stuff. And as you go on in business, you discover that the longer you go on, the more the stuff that you create now with your graphics, etc., your branded stuff is different, a little bit different to the stuff that you created a little while ago. And the other part about that is with, if you have somebody else coming in, like your VA, saying, oh, can you create me an ebook? Here are my branding elements. And they go away and you get it back and you go, oh, that is so not me. And it's really interesting how other people interpret exactly the same information. So the idea behind the webinar was how to assess that, how to stop that from happening again, and how to bring your brand back into line with what you want your business to be represented as, because your brand is how people perceive you. It's not just about having a logo and stuff. It's actually about all the things that go into how you present yourself online, whether it's your social media posts or your website or your emails, how you look on video, like all sorts of stuff, all of that. Yeah, and how to bring that all together and keep it all, really beaming out exactly who you are. Yeah.
That's so important to make sure, because time passes and things do change and evolve. So that's clear. So what would the outcomes they can expect when they action this freebie?
So when they watch the video, I give a really clear ways of assessing what they have now. So going back and looking at their social media, looking at their website, how to assess that, and how to how to see how well that fits with what you really desire, you want your brand to be like. So once they've assessed it, then I give them some step-by-step ways to go about prioritizing the changes and what needs to be focused on. So at the end of it, they've got a really clear, instead of going, oh my God, my brand looks a mess, my website looks a mess, I don't know where to start. At the end of going through this stuff, they'll have some really clear steps. All right, I need to do A, B, and C. And then my brand will instantly be so much better.
Okay. So the outcome...
Well, not instantly. They have to do the work.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? Like there's very clear steps.
Yes. So when they action the steps, they can expect that their brand will have improved in its
substantially.
Right?
Yes. It's not just even about cohesiveness, but yes, cohesiveness. So it looks like a whole thing for sure, but also it is actually right on target for your clients, for your ideal target market. So it's actually speaking directly to them, because visuals are just another language like English. It's just another way of expressing stuff. So when you get your visuals all working together and looking and feeling like your ideal audience is striving for, that's what's attractive to them. It's like, I could talk lots about branding. So if you make it feel joyous and happy, and that's what your audience is looking for, why they're coming to you, then they'll be attracted to that instantly. Like we always, if we look for the things that we desire. So if your brand is looking like that, that's where I'll go. If my brand is looking like it's very balanced and calm, and that's what the client is looking for in their lives, they'll be attracted to that.
Sounds amazing. And so where can we sign up for this, Julie?
Okay, so it's a bit.ly link, so bit.ly capital C, small a, capital S, capital B. So it's for craft a stronger brand. So CASB, that's capital C, small a, big S, and big B.
And lucky for all of you, I'm going to put that in the comments so you can just click the link. So
Yeah.
that's going to take us to your beautiful landing page that you've crafted. Yep. And this is the thing that we do in the List Growth Club, is we don't just talk about the freebie. We talk, you know, obviously you have to create an awesome freebie, which was what you've done. But then you still need to set it up in your systems, you need to promote it, and you need to make sure that it's optimized and working, you know, and sort of put this onto autopilot. So those are all the things we do together in our time together. And I'm curious, what's next on your list to do with your freebies?
That's a hard question because I've always got a billion ideas. I think I'm going to revive. I've got an older freebie that I really liked and I worked really hard on, and it got some traction, but I think I'm just going to refine that and put that up as an evergreen and start promoting that again as well. It's actually about because I do build websites as well. So it's actually about how to keep your website healthy and on track. And part of what I do with the website too is also about, again, it's still with branding and making all the visuals work for you. So it's a whole checklist of for website health, but also for, you know, keeping it clearly focused on your audience, because your website's not about you, your website's about your audience.
Correct. That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you're in the club, and I love that you show up every week. That's awesome, because, you know, the more you put in, the more you take out, right?
Yeah.
And so it's awesome to have you part of that. You know, every week I sort of pop in and there's everybody ready to work. And in the co-working, we just actually get on and do stuff. I'm amazed at how much people complete in those that sort of short period of time. So thanks for being
I
with
love
me
that
today.
accountability. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being with me today. And yeah, look forward to seeing what you create next. Bye for now, everybody.
Thank you, Bev.